131 years ago, in the spring of 1888, a group of parents came together and submitted a request to the Board of Supervisors to build a new school. These parents were cotton and sheep farmers, and they wanted something more for their children. They wanted them to have an education. So Kyrene came to be, a school district founded to educate and better the lives of the first class of 17 children. Kyrene grew slowly, and for many years there was only one school, originally located at the corner of Warner and McClintock, and eventually moving to the corner of Warner and Kyrene. When you walk the halls of the district office today, you are surrounded by the artifacts of these early days, from the photos and journals that hang on the walls to the bell in the entryway. Kyrene remained a small, single school district for many years, serving primarily Hispanic students. In the 1970s, Kyrene began a period of rapid growth. C.I. Wagner Elementary School was built in 1969 and opened its doors in 1970, followed by the construction of Kyrene de las Lomas and Kyrene del Norte. As the district began to grow, it became clear that a core set of values and guiding principles were needed. So Kyrene established itself by declaring that all students would be treated equally across all schools. There was a belief that we could ensure that all students, regardless of race or social class, would be academically successful if the district ensured that they had access to the same textbooks, the same quality of building, and even the exact same brand of pencil. Kyrene held a belief that no school should seek individual recognition or stand out from another. Kyrene grounded itself in the concept that all schools would perform at a high degree of excellence, and therefore all students would receive a world-class education. Growth continued into the 90s, and the district could not build schools fast enough to keep up with the booming population. This rapid growth consisted of primarily white, highly educated, higher-income families. Kyrene's focus during this time was on simply ensuring there were enough chairs, desks, and teachers to meet the needs of our students. In the year 2000, Kyrene ended its era of growth with the construction of the final school, Kyrene del Milenio, bringing the total school count to 25. By this time, Kyrene neighborhoods were aging, and the schools started to become more racially and socioeconomically diverse. Around this same time, more charter schools were opening their doors each year. Parents, particularly the highly educated middle-class parents of Kyrene, began to look at the variety of choices available. School choice, combined with a population that had turned from parents to retirees, meant Kyrene faced declining enrollment, and so our district began to shift focus. While Kyrene held on to the concepts of strong leadership, quality teachers, and consistent curriculum materials, we began to encourage more site-based decision-making and sought ways to make our schools more competitive. We could no longer stand on the idea that all of our schools were the same. We now needed to help each of our schools stand out. Kyrene's quest to find ways to set our schools apart led to the rise of innovative programs. Kyrene opened its first dual language academy at Kyrene de los Niños in 2011, and other programming soon followed, including a traditional academy, an arts academy, and Leader in Me schools. As we evolved as a district, our student population was also changing. We have become an increasingly diverse organization with students from all over the world who speak a multitude of languages, practice a wide variety of religions, are culturally diverse, and come to school with different experiences and different needs. Despite these changing demographics, we still allocated the majority of our resources equally across school sites and held all schools to the same high expectations. However, as we became more data savvy and as we began to pay more attention to how our students were performing individually, we discovered that despite our amazing programs and options, some students were not leaving Kyrene prepared to be the problem solvers, creators, and visionaries of tomorrow. When we looked at the underlying reasons for this issue, it became strikingly clear that one of our issues was actually a value, one we had held since our inception, the idea of equality. Kyrene needed to make one more significant change in order to truly meet the needs of our students, and that change was to allocate resources equitably rather than equally, making sure that each school had the staff, support, and systems to ensure an outstanding outcome for all. Our first step to create this equity for our schools was to engage in a partnership with the University of Virginia, which has an evidence-based leadership development program focused on creating excellence in traditionally underperforming schools. These are our Rise Up schools. We are examining all of our systems and resources and allocating those resources differently to these schools, making sure that they have everything they need to ensure that their students are learning, leading, and achieving. Each Rise Up school is working closely with district office staff to create a school design that addresses the specific needs of their students. Our entire district is rallying to provide these schools with the staff, resources, and support they need because our core value of believing every child in Kyrene deserves a world-class education has not changed and never will. The Rise Up journey has been more than a century in the making. The world we live in has changed significantly during that time, and while our systems and structures have changed as well, the heart of our district remains the same. Kyrene is excellent teachers, strong leaders, and schools that provide engaging and challenging educational environments to ensure our students will be the problem solvers, creators, and visionaries of tomorrow.